Wish TV is proud to honor teachers in Central Indiana
She is an inspiration to all of us.
He's always smiling.
who go above and beyond,
He's done so many things for so many people.
He's inspirational.
making a difference,
He's always taught me to believe in myself and never get down on myself.
Everybody's biggest cheerleader.
and deserving of recognition for their outstanding efforts in
I
education.
love the people that I work with, and to know that I've made an impact on somebody's life, it is truly a great honor.
It's an honor. I love what I do, and the kids are the ones who make it work. I'm like just so taken aback because I love them so much. The fact that, they love me just as much just means a lot. Sorry, you're going to have to cut that part out.
And you are our winner.
Oh, thank you so much.
From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the Golden Apple Awards podcast.
Hey everyone, Hannah Mordell here. This month's Golden Apple Award winner is Mr. Nathaniel Truitt. He's a third grade teacher with a class family in Noblesville. From family t-shirts to family reunions, he makes every student and their parents feel at home in his classroom. A record 9 parents nominated him for the Wish TV Golden Apple Award, and he won. But I'll be honest, the surprise was fast, and there was so much that we didn't even get to ask Mr. Truitt about, and so many students that we didn't really get to meet. So he and some of his class family came onto the podcast. Hey, Mr. Truitt, thanks for joining our podcast. I know it's been a whirlwind of a few weeks. Our story aired yesterday. How are you feeling after everything?
Yesterday was very overwhelming. I feel very grateful to have received the Golden Apple, and also to have so many past families congratulate me. And so it was great because I was able to reconnect with a lot of kids from my previous class families as they congratulated me. And so it was a really awesome day.
Oh, I love that. And family clearly is such a big aspect of your class and your focus. It was something that we really focused on in the story. Something I couldn't touch on as much, though, is the leadership that you instill in these students. So you have some students with you this morning to talk more about that. Who are they and what are we talking about?
Yeah, I'm so excited to be joined with 3 of my representatives. They hold a position in my classroom called student representative, and they are going to share a little bit about their role, and then also some more about our class family. So I'll introduce them. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Cody. Hi, I'm Maya. Hi, I'm Sam.
Sam, I think you're going first. If you're ready, can you explain to me the process of becoming a student representative?
The process of becoming a student representative has many steps. First, we must complete an application answering 3 to 5 questions. Next, we have to get our applications accepted by Mr. Truitt. After that, Mr. Truitt will interview us, answering a few more questions. Next, we have to prepare a 1-minute speech about why we want to be a student representative to present to the class. 4 people will be voted by the class family to go on to the second round, where they have to prepare a 3-minute speech around a question that Mr. Truitt has given them. After that, the class family will nominate 2 students to be a student representative, and Mr. Truitt will appoint one, and those will be the 3 student representatives for the quarter.
And that's you 3. Thanks for explaining that to me. Next, Cody, can you describe the role of a student representative? What is it that you guys do?
The role of a student representative is to be a leader and to be a role model for the class and the school. Also, when you become a student representative, you become the first person a teacher asks for help when they need help. Next, when someone in the class is absent or has a job in the school, in the class, they get help if they are not at school by the student representatives. Last, student representatives help plan class community events and fun activities for the class to do.
That sounds like so much fun. Okay, so Maya, on to you. Speaking of those class community events, can you tell me more about those and how you guys plan them and what they are?
Class community events are fun events that you can choose to do after school, and student representatives have to plan them to make them happen. Sometimes we do them with other classes, and our first event was based off of part of a book. The event was called Beatrice's art class, and we drew an imaginary animal. Our second event wasn't really an event. It was more of a class community service project, and we had to help for a food drive for our school. Our third event was we watched a movie. It was Sherlock Gnomes, and then we had like snacks and popcorn and stuff. My fourth event was my favorite. It was a block party. I would say it was the biggest because there were games, there were snacks, and there was a photo booth. It was so much fun. Our fifth event is what we're planning right now. It's called a mysterious game, and we're going to be playing Clue. And I already know the end because we had got to play it. And so as a student representative, I have to help give hints.
Wow, that all sounds so much fun, like a lot of work. I'm really proud of you guys for having those roles. Really quickly, before we go, can we have all three come back? I just want them. You three told me in the story, for anyone that is listening and wants to recognize, you three were in the beginning of the story that we aired when we talked about what makes a family. Can you just really quickly tell me again, what makes a family in your class?
What makes a family is everyone sticks together and everyone tries to work better together.
A family is that we don't leave each other behind and we help each other out. A family is when we like all care for each other, all help each other out, and like love each other.
I love that. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you taking some time to talk with me this morning. Okay, Mr. Truitt, family, it's been the focus of the story, and really your entire being is this class family methodology. Tell me more about that.
Again, I've wanted to be a teacher since the second grade, and because I am adopted, family has obviously been this huge part of my life, and also the reflection on the possibility of not having a family. And so when I decided I was going to be a teacher, I knew what I wanted the classroom to feel like. And I also knew that I wanted my students to have a place where they belong, because, this is where they spend most of their time. And that's something that families always mention at the beginning of the year and throughout the year, that, we see them during the week awake more than sometimes the families do. And so I want to make sure that this is a place where they are safe, where they feel loved, where they have opportunities, where they feel connected to adults, but also their peers. And so and all of that is family. I mean, that's what family encapsulates, a place where you belong, and you know that you are loved for being you.
Amazing. Your classroom also so amazing. You walk in, you've got dining room tables instead of desks. You've got couches, a kind of a living room, a library, family room area. It is comforting, does feel like a home. How do you think that has impacted your students' ability to learn? Does it make the learning process even better?
I think so. I have mainly had dining room tables. I get questioned a lot at the beginning of the year because our classroom is very unique. But to me, I mean, this is my 8th class family. And so this is like more normal than desks are to me. And so it's, kind of a shock to them the first week of school, but then they adapt to it. It just becomes their room. And that's the goal, is I don't want them to view anything in this room as my furniture. You're sitting on my furniture, you're touching my books. It has to be our space. And so they the other comment that I get often is, oh, I would never bring something so nice to school. But the thing is that I have found with all my class families, really, that when they have ownership within the room, they take care of it. They take pride in it. And so I feel very grateful to have a space that promotes collaboration, promotes working together, promotes that family feel. And again, I think this is important to remember, that can be accomplished no matter what. Though, I have amazing teachers in this building who accomplish that same feeling with desks, who do that with school tables, who do that with flexible seating. And so, mine is not better. It's just how I teach, and I love it.
One of the parents said, and I couldn't fit this in the interview, but they were like, it could be stark white walls with nothing in there, and they would still have the warm feeling from you being the teacher because you expressed that love. So I do want to share that with you. They really think so highly of you. And speaking of the kids taking ownership of their classroom, you have the kids have jobs, they decorate, they do things in the classroom. Do you think that level of respect, we're talking about third graders, but that level of respect, do you think it really goes a long way with these kids?
100%. I mean, here's the thing is I have really never had like a set discipline model, I have had moments in my first few years where I tried discipline models, like, tickets or things like that. But I've honestly found that the buy-in for students is, again, ownership. And the other reality is that as a teacher, my number one goal is, it sounds silly, but to view them as human beings, because I think that we often underestimate children. We often don't have straightforward conversations about their learning and their goals and their potential. And I think that it's very important that as a teacher, I respect them just as much as I respect their families. So, I have a policy that whenever I send a message home, a positive message, or yes, a negative message, that I tell the students first. They read the message. They know I'm going to call home. As I make snapshots that are an overview of their quarter, I tell them, read them. Like, I want you to read them and know what I think about you as a reader, a mathematician, as a writer. And too often, I think we expect students to develop and mature and take ownership, but then we don't give them the actual opportunity to do that. And it is hard, especially at the beginning of the year, because it requires trust in them. And that is, I mean, it's not scary, but it is daunting at the beginning of the year, especially when you don't really know them. It is so rewarding. It's so rewarding to have students in here who are empowered to help make decisions, students in here who are empowered with real responsibilities. I tell my class family that I don't have any jobs that are like meaningless jobs. Again, I want the job to be something that they feel like they're a leader, that they feel like they are helping their class family, and they feel that I am relying on them because I am.
It's really impressive to see that level of respect and really including kids. It's their lives and you're including them in that conversation. I think that's amazing. You shared a little bit of your history with us. You're adopted, your parents, so special, were there during the surprise. Do you think your childhood really has shaped the way that you teach and that level of inclusion, making everybody feel at home and respected?
Yeah, I think, that phrase that goes like, you don't realize the blessing of being well until you're sick, because we don't realize the blessings we have until we reflect on it not being there. And I think that I have been surrounded by so much love throughout my whole life, from, getting off the plane from South Korea to, my college professors supporting me and giving me opportunities, leadership roles that then it made me think, ooh, I want to have these leadership roles in my classroom. I have so many coworkers who create such amazing environments in their classroom that it spurs me to make mine even better. And I think that's the thing, is that I feel that everything that I do is grounded in someone who's affected my life. I really think that everything, that I do special for my classroom, I can connect to someone doing that for me and it impacting and changing my life. And so now I feel amazingly blessed to be able to provide that to children every year. And it's the greatest honor of my life.
It's worth mentioning that you really are there for these kids both in and out of the classroom. The parents were telling me about the calendar, the schedule, that you are going to practices, that you are at gymnastics meets for hours. Tell me about that a little bit. I mean, it sounds like you have a real commitment to these kids, even outside the classroom.
Yeah, I believe in holistic education, which I know is like a buzzword. But to me, what that means is that I believe in viewing my students as scholars, that I am here to teach them and push them in math and writing and reading and social studies and science. But also, like I said before, they're human beings. They have futures. They are going to do amazing things. They have strengths that I will never see while they're writing a story. I will never see while they're doing a long multiplication. And so as a teacher, that's why I feel the need to go out and see them, because, I see strengths in them that I wouldn't have known. And then I would have been missing out on my own kids. And so for me, that was something that was important to me. And again, I want you to know that other teachers do it in other ways. There are teachers who do it within their classrooms in a beautiful, beautiful way. And that should never be discounted. This is just how I do it. And so I love that. And then really the other thing is that that's the way I really partner with families as well. While I'm sitting on the sidelines, I'm chatting with mom and dad, and I'm meeting grandma and grandpa and aunt and uncle. And I've met godparents, and I've met neighbors, and I've met best friends. And so I get to not only support that child, get to know that child, but I also truly get to partner with their families, which is a cornerstone of my teaching.
Those families got together to nominate you for this award. 9 nominations. I mean, when you heard that the level of just how impressed they are with you, what were you thinking then?
It's hard to put into words, honestly, just because I feel so blessed to serve this community. I feel so blessed to have families, adults who think the best of me, who will partner with me, who will have funny conversations, hard conversations, who will truly be there for me as I try to guide their student through third grade. And their willingness to do that is the greatest reward. And so then for them to go that extra step and acknowledge, what it means to them, it means so much. And I just feel very grateful.
It's clearly a partnership between parents, families, and teachers. Right now, we are in a need of teachers. There's a teacher shortage. What do you want to leave us with when it comes to maybe inspiring someone else, or what we need, or where are we? What do you want people to know that maybe aren't in the field of education?
Know that you're not doing it alone. That's why I reflect, and I wanted to take moments to acknowledge the people that have put me here, because like I said on that day, I really do believe it. I'm able to love this 8th class family because of the love that has been poured in to me by the families, by the children, but also my community. I work at an amazing school. I work for an amazing district that sees me as a whole person who sees me as an educator, but also they see Nathaniel Truitt. They see my goals and they want to push me towards those things. And so, I think I've been blessed to work in schools where I've always found people who are my core, who we challenge each other, we make each other better, we encourage each other, and we uplift each other. And I also know what it feels like sometimes to feel like you're doing it alone. And it's exhausting. I don't know if I've shared this, but there was a moment where I really thought about leaving education. And it was because I did not allow myself to be partners with my coworkers, my families, in the way that I needed to in order to love my class family the way I wanted to.
One of the other Golden Apple winners this year, or I guess I should say last year in 2022, she told me she's been doing this for over 30 years. And she said she quit after her first year, came back a few years later. And she said that first year can be so hard. And it's such a learning curve. And it was that feeling of alone and honestly taking on so much all at once. And she was like, I fear that that's how we lose teachers sometimes.
I agree. I agree. And I think that's the thing is that, again, I work in a school with amazing teachers who pour their heart and their professional skills into their classrooms. And therefore, and they're exceeding expectations. Their families love them, but we have to realize if they're pouring that out, someone has to be pouring into them, and it has to be intentional because, again, we're human beings too. We are teachers, we are educators, but we are also people who need love and support and accountability and all of those things in order to do the best for our classes.
Well, thank you for teaching us so much about how to be a great teacher. Is there anything else I didn't ask you about that you want to let us know?
I just, again, want to thank you. I love education. I also love that there are organizations that acknowledge how hard it is to be a teacher, how hard it is to start over every year and have class families and parents and all those expectations. It is very hard. And so it's a very rewarding profession, but I think sometimes it goes unnoticed. I know I have teacher friends who have left the profession because I think they felt that lack of acknowledgement of, am I even good enough? And so I appreciate that you are part of an organization that intentionally seeks those people out and allows them to have a platform for just a second so that they can share the amazing things they're doing, the amazing communities that they serve, and hopefully inspire more educators to join our profession.
Well, we are so inspired by you and all the other Golden Apple Award winners. So thank you so much. I appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you.
Mr. Truitt is so humble and plans to keep spreading his love and joy for teaching. There is no doubt there will be many more class families in the future. From Wish TV, I'm Hannah Mordeau. We're going to continue honoring teachers in Central Indiana who go above and beyond to make a difference in children's lives. So if you know a teacher who deserves recognition, please nominate them for the Golden Apple Award. It is so easy to do. Just send in a detailed nomination. The more information, the better, to wishtv.com/goldenapple. And listen for the next winner right here on the All Indiana Podcast Network.
The Wish TV Golden Apple Awards podcast. Nominate a teacher and learn more at wishtv.com now. Be sure to follow and subscribe to this podcast and discover even more great podcasts now on the All Indiana Podcast Network at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.